So welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to do a little introduction because I've had a few messages in the comment below from obviously new subscribers that are new to the channel. I'm Mark. This is my channel. It's about real world plumbing. I'm just showing the ins and outs of what I get up to, my day as a jobbing plumber, as a reactive plumber, as a plumber that does bathroom fittings, barn renovations, extensions, jobbing around to call outs, basically everything that people do day in, day out. I'll be showing you on this channel, including going to the merchants and especially when things go right and when things go wrong. So I just thought I'd address that because, as I said, we've had a fair few people joining onto the channel, getting subscribed, which I appreciate massively. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're nearly at 18,000 subscribers, and the big goal is to hit 20,000 by Christmas. So what have we got in tonight's video, or today's video, depending on when you're watching it? I'm back on with Scott doing he's got a little extension. So Scott is a builder I do some work for. We did a barn renovation, his own personal barn renovation, a couple of months back, or well, it's probably longer than that now, Christmas time into the new year. He's got a little extension. We need to put some pipe work in and form a bathroom, but I had to pop there last week to take a radiator off so the lads can cut a hole through the wall. Also, off the back of the two bathrooms that I did a few months back, where they were back-to-back bathroom renovations, I got another customer who was a friend of Louise's, who that job was for. Got another customer, so I'll go today and have a look at her little ensuite that needs doing. So I'll just give you sort of an overview of what I look at and how the first impressions and the first look at an ensuite, what needs doing, and we go through with the customer just to sort of tweak it a little bit and make it work for them. And also, what else have we got? There's something else as well. Oh yeah, that was it. You'll see at the end of the video why you should never buy crap off the internet. And I say crap, there's a lot of companies out there, certain plumbing companies out there, that just sell shower fittings. They're all right, but they're not great. And the end of tonight's video is a perfect example of why they are so cheap, basically. So stick around for that. And also, I've been thinking of doing, it seems to be the thing at the minute, a lot of people are doing YouTube lives or Instagram lives or whatnot. So I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Would you be interested in me? So maybe once a month on a Sunday at, say, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, what time? Let me know what time would suit people. On a Sunday evening, I'll do a 45-minute live where you can give me questions during the week, or you can come on live with it and ask questions, and I'll just have a basically chat about the week, whether you want to know about the plumbing, whether you want to know about me personally, about stuff about me, which I don't tend to put too much out, whether you want to know how I make my YouTube channel videos, how anything basically. So I'm thinking of doing a live, possibly on a Sunday, maybe once a month on a Sunday. Let me know, drop a comment below and let me know if that's something you would be interested in. Anyway, let me know. Right, let's get on with tonight's video. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop me a comment. Right, it's Monday morning. I've got a couple of hours spare before I start my first job. This is the Monday after the weekend and the week where the weather was red hot. I don't know when this is going out, but following on from that week. And I was working last week and I just couldn't be bothered to put anything away in the places it should be because it was just too hot. You know, when you finish your job, I just wanted to chuck the stuff in the van and got home because it was just too bloody hot and I couldn't be dealing with stacking everything out, which is my own fault because now I've got to spend probably an hour and a half or so sorting the van out, getting all that stuff back in order. And also, I think people have seen it before, my lockup is just an absolute disgrace. And now I've got to put some time aside, sort this out, because there's stuff in here that I don't need. I'm just storing it for the sake of storing it, and also got a load of scrap to sort through and that as well. So sometimes you've got to take a couple of hours out, or if you've got a spare couple of hours, to just sort your van out. A lot of people do it religiously, but as I say, that week it's just too hot to do anything like that. So yeah, we're going to spend a couple of hours now sorting the van out. Just an absolute tip. And also, off the back of that week, I've nailed the patio gas for the barbecue, so I need to find somewhere to swap that over and refill that. And I've also picked up actually an AD Pro Check kit. So I've got some heating system flushes to do, so when I get to do them I'll take you through how the AD Pro Check kit works, because it basically tells you where there's inhibitor corrosion in the system. You've got an app for it and all that sort of stuff, so we'll run through that as well. But yeah, first off, let's get this shit tip sorted out. There we go, we're getting there. Very quick little once over, just get everything out of the van, move it around, hoover it out. I keep my tubes and that internally. You can get like the Rhino pipe tubes that go along the top, but I like to keep everything internal. It just stops anyone nicking if there's copper pipe on the roof or anything like that. It just keeps it all inside the van, so I know it's nice and safe. But yeah, do you ever find yourself carrying loads of little bits of offcuts of waste pipe or copper, or you know, just random bags of Talon clips and these bags, random bags of stuff, you know, when you go to Plumbase or the Merchants or wherever, and oh, I can't be arsed to look around the van to find it, I'll just have that, and before you know it, you've got a bag full of crap. Right, I'm going to start sifting through this now, chucking a load of this out, because there's no point in carrying it around. And so many people have asked me for a van tour. Now, I don't want to do a van tour when the van is a complete tip, so I will get on to do a van tour at some point of the tools I've got in the van, what I carry, little bits and bobs that you keep safe in, you know, like little things like that. The thing is, I've got about 3 of them. They end up just taking up so much room. So yeah, I must do a van tour, because people have asked for it so many times and I keep putting it off really because the van was a shithole. Right, there we go, a quick hour or so, 45 minutes, just getting the van in some sort of order. 2 buckets of crap that I've got to get rid of, but yeah, just a little bit more manageable. So that's that done. I've still got the lockup to clean up. That's going to be but I've got to put a day aside or something to do that. What I'll probably do is put a day aside when I'm going to go and take the scrap down the scrappies, because you'll get a few quid for that, and it's not like a lost day really, but it's just finding a day in the schedule to get that sorted. Right, I'm just off to look at a bathroom renovation for a customer, well, for a new customer, just around the corner here. Now, I've got this job off the back of, you know, the 2 bathrooms that I've done last back to back, the new style bathroom and then the old style one with the freestanding bath in. When I was working there, Louise, the customer there, told one of her friends that she was having work done, and I was outside one day working, and Susie, this new customer I'm going around to now, said to me, when you've done this one, is there any chance you could pop round, have a look at our ensuite? Sorry, it's not a bathroom, it's an ensuite. Have a look at our ensuite, because we want it completely ripping out and sorting out and a new one going in. So it just goes to show, it's that knock-on effect. You do a good job for someone, now tell other people, and it's just, you know, snowball effect, if you like. So I'm going to go around now. It's literally just around the corner here. Ironically, it's a stone's throw away from Stu and Lou's bathrooms that I've done. So yeah, it's around the corner here. We'll go round. She knows that I've got a YouTube channel, so I assume she will be all right with me filming a little bit of it, just to put it on. So yeah, let's pop around and have a look. I've just gone through this job with the customer. It's only a little small ensuite. Well, I say a little small ensuite. It is, in effect, got all the same appliances what a shower room, bathroom would be anyway. So we're looking at ripping everything out and starting afresh, so to speak. We're going to go for a concealed shower here, sunk into the wall, fixed glass there on the screen, so this will be the opening. So they can open it up, reach in, and we're going to have to put the shower body here, because, awkwardly, there's this recess of a wall here, and inside where the pressurised hot water cylinder is this, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, that this recess is the shower area. So we're governed by the height there of, that's where the cylinder is, the other side of that wall. So we can't put the valve there or put anything there. So we're going to go for a shower valve on there. Coming out here, the little body one bit with the shower head on there, and a fixed rainfall at the top so that will be off. She wants a little niche in here cutting in, so we're going to have to work out exactly where that can go. Also, we're going to try and drop the tray down onto the floor. It always baffles me why they do this, because there's no other way of that waste going out, so it's got to be going under the floor to the stack that's there. So what I always say to customers is, I can't 100% guarantee we can get that tray down onto the floor. However, 9 times out of 10 we can, and it's not an issue. Basin wise, we're going to shrink this down to about 300, move it across to the left slightly to here to free up this area. Going to have a towel rail on here, and then this is a 1200 gap from wall to wall. So we're probably going to do, to keep the pan in the middle, 300 unit, which will trim the back out for there, and then a 600 unit with a concealed toilet in it and worktop along the top. So we're going to half height tile it, full height tile in there, tile the floor, overboard and skim the ceiling with 3 downlighters, an extractor, and obviously get rid of the pull cords. See where they want to shave a socket, which a lot of people don't have shaver sockets anymore, but I always ask the question. So that would roughly be, and a mirror on there. They want a mirror with a couple of little storage units either side and a light up mirror there. So we'll get that done, and again, just work out what units we're going to have on there. And also, while we're here, the customer asked if I could get the bedroom ceiling skimmed as well and put some downlighters in here. So they're going to take out that sort of wardrobe area here. It's just stuck work. They're going to take that out, but while we're doing that ensuite, they just asked if we can do that. So I'll have a word with the plasterer, see if he can overboard and skim that. But yeah, it's just a little quick run through of a little ensuite that might be coming fairly soon. But that's the sort of thing I look at. You know, I've just gone over all of that with the customer. You know, they're the sort of points that I like to make, go over, throw a few ideas about, like with the niche and the shower sort of settings, and looking at where it was, because obviously we've got that pressurised cylinder that side. So yeah, so got my notebook, got my tape measure. We'll have a measure up now and go from there. Right, I've just swung into a new extension that we're doing. This little extension here for Scott, whose barn renovation we done. So that was his house that we did, the barn. This is just a little extension he's got. So let me just take you through. Basically, it's not a massive one. It's going to be a bedroom here, and this area here is what we're going to be turning into a bathroom. So at the moment, there's a bath going there, shower there, basin and toilet there, but we're not 100% sure on the layout of it yet. So I've got to go through with the customer and just finalise exactly where they want stuff. This is going to be like a little bit of a wardrobe area. And then Lee's back, look. All right, Lee?
All right, Mark.
New apprentice, Sean. So we're here today just to take that rad off, basically, because the lads have got to cut a hole in here for a doorway into that other bedroom, if that makes sense. So things like this, at this stage of this job, is just a case of whipping out things like that sink. Lee's the new plumber, ain't you? You took that out.
Mole grips.
Yeah, mole grips. Lee took that out. So we whip this off. It's just a case of disconnecting it there, draining it down, and away we go. But then in time, we will be back, probably in a couple of weeks or so, getting some pipe work in and first fixing in there. So let's whip this rad off. So what we do with this, we just crack this nut off, let the pressure out of here, open that up, same that side, obviously with the valves turned off. Drain the water out of the rad, and then what I always do with thermostatic valves is I whip that elbow off then, but just put a bit of pipe with a cap on the end, because if ever anyone knocks that or opens it up and you're not here, it'll piss out. So just pop a capped bit of pipe on the end. Got that little cap bit of pipe off there. We'll drain this rod down. Obviously that one's cut off. Disconnect it there, whip it out of the way. Lads can get this doorway knocked through. And what I think we will do in time when we come back is it will be rehung or with a new rad on that wall there. There we go, rad off. Obviously I haven't taken these away or cut them away because we'd have to drain the heating system or at least get access and freeze it or whatever we're going to do, because this is such a big house. Draining it down I think is going to be a bit of a pain in the arse. So we'll leave them for a minute. The lads will just be careful with them and then they can get that cut out, and then when we come back we'll move them pipes to, I think the right position's either going to go there or between these two windows. So that little job done, they can crack on with that. Right, so today, this little job, and funny enough, I've got this job off the back of my YouTube channel. So shout out to Ravi for getting in touch. And it's fairly simple, or touch wood, it's fairly simple. We've got a 3-way concealed mixer shower here. Now, as you can probably tell, the bathroom's not that old. And the customer said to me, he's having trouble getting the other plumber back to sort it out, etc, etc. We've all been there, we all know what it's like. It's basically, at the shower, it's only either getting red hot or freezing cold. There's no balance in between. And as anyone will notice, this is, just by looking at it, you can tell it's a Victoria Plumb Special. However, the customer has got the replacement cartridge, so I'm basically just here to get the cartridge out of this one, swap it for the new one and go from there. That's all we can do really. He assures me that it's been piped up correctly by the plumber previously, which I've got no reason to not think it hasn't. So but yeah, bar for that, it's a nice looking bathroom. But obviously the customer wants his shower working, so we'll get the water off and we'll begin by, yeah, there's grub screws on the bottom of each one. Take that out, take that off, and get access to swap the cartridge out. So that's it, we took the front off, we took that main thermostat one off, we took the 2 control knobs off the front of there to take the plate off, and Michael just said to the customer, this is dead loose. So it's little things like that, why was it not just tightened up completely when it was installed? So now that's it, it's a proper solid. So we've got to get this one out. Right, you can see just in the top here is a little Allen key grub screw that holds the cartridge in. So we just slacken that off, because what I don't want to do is take it, I don't want to take that completely out and chances are it'll drop down the back of there. So we'll just slacken it off and then we'll get this cartridge out and get it swapped over. So I've just gone back on exactly what I said. So I did end up in the end taking that grub screw out. It had to come out after getting my magnet and making sure it wasn't going to drop anywhere. So we did have to take that grub screw out, but now that thermostat just pulls straight out and we'll replace it with the other one. So that's the old one, that's the new one. We'll get this greased up around the rubbers and get it back in. There you go, straightforward as that. Just slid that one back in, tighten the grub screw on the end. What I will do before I put this plate back on, I'll put a bead of silicone up there, across and down. I never put any on the bottom, just in case any ingress water gets in, it's got a way out. Otherwise, you'll hold the water in and it could go back through there. But yeah, we'll get it built back up. That's that cartridge swapped out on this shower. What I find with these Victoria Plumb showers is, I've only fitted a few of them in there. To be fair, they're not the best, but they don't have a great range between hot and cold. It's very much like a switch. You've got to balance that thermostat really closely in the middle to get it a sort of like mixed hot and cold. So you go like that. I have to take my word for it. That's cold. Then if we turn it round all the way, it's red hot. Then to find the balanced, you've got to literally play around with it, and once you've got it, leave it on that. But yeah, Victoria Plumb stuff's a bit of a nightmare. I've just left that job. I went through it with the customer, I went through it with Ravi at the end, and he said, to be fair, there wasn't much difference in the new thermostat that we've put in, which, to be fair, you know, it was worth a try. But it just goes to show, Victoria, I've said this to Ravi, Victoria Plumb stuff is not great. It's not great stuff. Don't buy cheap stuff thinking you're gonna get the results that you would get with better stuff. I mean, I personally now won't fit Victoria Plumb stuff into any bathrooms, that even if the customer wants to supply it, I'll say, look, I'm not being funny, it's not worth the hassle. Just because like that, I mean, whoever fitted the bathroom, you know, it's in. But yeah, it's just, the hot water is just like a switch. As much as I try to alter it, it's just either red hot or really hot, and then just flicks to cold like a switch. There's no, you know, flow in between the two heat settings. So yeah, don't buy shit off the internet.